and we're going in general, and we're going to Jerusalem.
The grocery store.
We're going to Jerusalem. Why the grocery store? Do you want to go to the grocery
You don't
store?
like going to the grocery store?
No.
I love going to the grocery store.
You love going to the grocery store. You love it.
I know it's an uncommon. I do. Yes, I do. I like grocery
What
shopping.
the fuck do you love about the grocery store? You love tapping on the
like fun food.
the fucking crab tank that they have in the back?
No. What am I, rich? I don't go to a grocery store that's got a lobster tank. I'm not walking to the seafood aisle being like, yeah, can I get 20 pounds of fresh, no-farm Atlantic salmon?
Well, sometimes you want that.
I don't got cash like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I want that. Sure, I want a lot of things. I want $1 million, actually.
It would be nice, yeah.
That's not going to happen either. Yeah, it would be great. Really cool, actually.
Okay, what do you love about the grocery store? You love it.
I just like picking out food.
What are other things you love? Like, you love your girlfriend. What do you like more, your girlfriend or the grocery store?
I definitely like my girlfriend more.
But it's
going to the
close.
grocery store with my girlfriend is a lot of fun.
No, it's not. It's just a chore.
Yes, it is.
This is like saying
it's
I
awesome.
love doing laundry.
No, that's fucked up and wrong.
Okay, so then you see where I'm coming from.
But like, you could make it fun. Like, there are some people that like enjoy doing the dishes. I'm not one of them, but there are some people out there who do.
This is like a fucked up parent thing where they're like, no, you just have to make it so you enjoy doing the laundry. We're gonna put your laundry basket. It's gonna be like a basketball. So you, instead of throwing your laundry on the floor, you throw it in the bag against your door. It's like fun. It's like a sport.
Yeah, that rocks. I used to have one of those when I was a kid.
Honey,
those things are awesome.
Every Uncle Ben's bag of instant rice that you get into the little bucket on the front of the shopping cart is 3 points. What? No way.
I just like to eat, man. Is that a
Stupid
crime? I like
bullshit,
going to the
bro.
grocery store so I can pick out which food I'm going to eat.
Okay, so take me through your routine at the grocery store. You walk in. What establishment are we at? Giant Eagle?
Target.
Target. Okay, you go to Target. You get the big red cart with the fluffy fucking dog on it.
What the hell?
With that,
First of all,
that
Target's
beautiful dog.
mascot, not... It's a beautiful dog. It is not fluffy.
All dogs are fluffy.
That's not true.
Name a dog that's not fluffy.
A chihuahua.
That's racist.
How is that racist? They're just a short-haired dog. They're just not. It's just not. It's not that they don't have hair. They're just not fluffy.
It's Juneteenth,
A fluffy
and you're
dog
literally
is like
being
a
racist
poodle.
right now. Poodles are not
man.
fluffy. Those things, their fur is like cauliflower.
Okay, fine. How about a like a Samoyed? They're fluffy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I asked for an
So we've already
example
just
of a
said-
dog
you
that's
just said a
not
poodle.
fluffy, and you said the fluffiest dog in existence.
I said a chihuahua is not fluffy, and then you said that's racist.
It is racist because it's Juneteenth, and it's fucked up that you're being racist with dogs.
Dogs don't. Whatever.
You could have said
you're
pit bull. That's a dog that's like made out of like spikes and stuff.
That's racist. Whatever.
Okay, so you get into the grocery
can't
store.
win.
You get in the grocery store.
Okay, so we're just gonna move past that.
We're walking. You're.
I pick up the big red cart with the world's fluffiest dog on
You
it,
go to the produce aisle,
and then I walk.
and you go straight
go
to the
down the produce
bananas.
aisle.
And you're like, "Isn't this funny? It's a
I do-
food
I
that
do.
looks like this. This is
I
awesome."
do go straight to the bananas. What? I like eating food. Is that a crime? I like bananas. They're good.
But okay, you liking eating food is not the same as you having to go get all the food.
Yeah, but I gotta go fucking get it if I want to eat it. That's how it works.
I guess.
It doesn't just show up at my house.
But that's like saying every time I wanted to play Mario Kart, I decided I want to sit in front of Best Buy for 4 hours.
No, you only have to do that once. Because once you
That's
buy
the
the
fucked
Mario
up thing
Kart
about the
seed,
grocery store
you
is that
can-
when you eat the food, you have to go back to the grocery store where all of the land cretins are that come from the shadows.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. When it's busy, yes, it sucks ass, and I hate shopping amongst the general public, but I always go like late at night when people are not there on purpose so that I don't have to do that.
I think that's like I think that's a flip of the coin situation. Sometimes if you go late at night, it's no one's there, and other times you get like the craziest human
But I
being
go late at night during the week,
that exists.
not on the weekends.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes
Yeah,
people,
sometimes.
it's late at night and they're like, I need fucking batteries, you know?
But I feel like most people who are there late at night are not shopping for groceries, so it's fine. So when it's just
I know.
me and I'm
I
like,
don't
hanging
know what
out,
they're doing. No one ever does. They're just there for some
Yeah.
reason.
Someone's like, "Oh fuck, I forgot to buy like 8 rolls of gray duct tape today," and that's honestly, you want to know what?
Dude,
That's why I love shopping at
forgot
Target.
to get my 8-pound bag of industrial rice. Like,
Right, exactly. Well, they don't have that there. That's a Costco purchase for sure.
it's always some fucking bullshit. They're like, oh, I need 4 gallons of like Windex or something.
Of crude oil. And I gotta go to Costco to get it. I gotta fill up my old car.
I mean, that would be nice because at least it would be, you know, you would get some savings on that. Buy in bulk.
All right, are we done making fun of me for liking going to the grocery store, or do you?
What
want me
the
to
fuck
continue?
is fun
Can I be
about it
done?
to you?
I just like shopping for groceries.
Why?
Is that a crime? I don't know. I like eating food, and so when I go, I'm like, oh, this week I'm gonna make rice and fish.
Which
this night,
of
and the other night
when
I'm
you're
gonna make
at
steak.
the grocery store, which of the actions
Mhm.
is enjoyable to you?
What do you mean? Which of the actions?
If
I like
going to the
and-
grocery store is fun for you, yes or no?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, so then when you're at the grocery store, what about it is enjoyable? Which of the things that you partake in personally at the grocery store makes it
Mhm.
enjoyable for you?
I like going down the aisle and being like, oh, I haven't eaten this before. I'm gonna have this for breakfast this week. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Instead of
It's not that complicated.
instead of cinnamon toast crunch, maybe I'll try Fruit Loops.
I'm just trying to make the most of my miserable life. Can you let me live in peace?
Oh,
It's whatever, man. Fuck you.
hey everyone, welcome back to the
Fine.
show.
God forbid a guy try and find a little bit of whimsy.
Welcome back to the show. I just wanted to, you know, at the top of the hour, I just wanted to take some time and say, and this is a message to all of our colorblind fans out there. I just wanted to say, why are you, what? Is it bad to talk to a specific group of our fans now? It's Juneteenth,
No, I
bro.
just-
You got to be careful out here.
Well, that's why I was wondering, like, the context of what you mean by colorblind.
Can you? What do you mean? It's color. There's no added context. People who are. I want to talk to the people who listen to our show that are colorblind. Can I do that?
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead, please.
To all of our colorblind fans out there, I just want to say we still love you. That's it. Is that wrong to
Okay.
say?
No, it's just kind of weird because that like establishes the status quo that like people who are colorblind are not typically loved, but we specifically do love you.
They face a lot of adversity, do they not?
They do, especially at places like traffic lights. And, when they go to Japan and they're like, "Hey, I'd like to get my colors matched,"
Yeah.
and then you know they're like, "Oh, well, you're gonna look really good in red," and they go, "That's blue." You know, like I'm sure that's probably got to be really difficult. Or when they're like buying new clothes, I guess that's probably got to be really hard too.
I mean, I know a guy who's colorblind, and one time he was like, you know, I went to the store and I bought some like brown shoes, and they were really nice because I didn't have any brown shoes. And then he went home, and his girlfriend, or I think it was his fiance at the time, and he was like, check out these brown shoes that I got, honey. And she was like, those are green, dog.
That's rough.
So that is tough, you know?
Dog. No, that is tough.
I
And
would
also
hate
I
to have
imagine
that
being
happen.
like studying business and being colorblind's probably got to be like really
Yeah,
tough.
when they hand you the box of 36 different colored crayons. And you just
And
can't
all of them are
can't tell
gray,
which is
and you're like-
different. Is this sunset orange or is it marigold orange?
Oh, dude, marigold orange is a great color.
Oh man.
Well, I guess it's closer to yellow, but yeah.
Yeah.
Great crayon color.
What's your favorite color?
You got any guesses, pal?
Green.
Close.
Drats. I really thought it was green, man.
Yeah.
How many more guesses do I have? I'm trying to figure out how long this bit we're gonna stretch it out.
We could do 2.
Okay.
We'll do 2. You get 3 guesses. Though.
Is it yellow?
That's pretty close. You're getting there. If you combine yellow with another color, you can get the one that's my favorite color. And if you combine those two, you get green.
It. Oh no, I'm doing math.
Math.
Color math, color theory. It's a theorem that they discovered.
Oh right, yeah.
Or that we made. I don't know how that shit works, but
we made it.
We made it? I think we discovered it, I think.
No, yes, we discovered it.
Okay, so then why did you say we made it?
Well, whatever. We published the works that explain color theory. But also, like, that's just based off of our perception of color. So we did make it.
Yeah, like deer sees different colors and shit.
Yeah. I wish I could see like a dog.
What?
You know, because dogs see color differently than we do.
Oh, you wish you could see like a dog. I thought you were using like as like an a particle of speech, like
Like I wish I could look at a dog.
Yeah. I thought you were saying I wish I could like
I
look
wish
at
I
a
could
dog.
see like a dog.
You
know?
ever wish you could see a dog?
I could just like go outside and walk in any direction for like 5 minutes, and I think I would see a dog.
Sometimes I just want to see a dog and I don't know what to do.
Go outside. Go to like a park. We got parks.
Can you imagine
one.
like old people? This is like an old not like you have to be old to have this problem, but like I mean like in the 1200s there was a person out there who had never seen a dog and they're like, I really want to see a dog. And now Google is this and you could just do that.
Yeah, it's awesome because I'm like,
that's crazy.
Show
man.
me awesome pictures of dragons, and then I get to look at awesome pictures of dragons.
Yeah, you could
cool.
just Google cool shoes.
Yeah, and they might be brown or green.
And if you're colorblind, you won't know.
Right.
Which you know, we stand with all the colorblind folk out there.
We still love you.
We
even
still
though
love
others
you.
Don't.
Other people definitely don't, but we do.
Yeah.
Which is special about us.
Traffic operators hate colorblind people. They hate them so much.
How do colorblind people do that?
What are you talking about?
Traffic lights.
Lights? They're still like different colors, I think.
No, we know
It's
that they're
just
different
like-
colors, but colorblind people will not, right?
I feel like you would still perceive
Because the
them as,
lights
like,
are red
different.
and green. So, like, how
That's
are
also
you supposed
why
to?
they have like a position on the light so that if you can't tell what color it is,
No,
you just
that-
be
that
the
can't
bottom
be it.
one is okay.
The yellow, I think they could probably figure out because it's the one in the middle. But like,
Right, but they can't.
what if different states have them? What if in Mississippi the
They're all the
red
same.
is at the top, but in Arkansas the red is at the bottom? How are we supposed to know?
It's not. It's the same.
Okay, you're saying this, but I think if we examined every traffic light in the United States, we could find one that is not that way. Plus, sometimes they're sideways. You ever see the sideways ones?
Yeah, okay, they could be sideways.
And what about the arrows? You didn't think about the arrows.
arrows on the bottom?
Yeah, but sometimes they're different.
Okay. Okay. Green is always on the bottom.
Sometimes you
and
get
the
a red
is-
arrow, and sometimes you
Okay.
get a green arrow. How are you supposed to know?
Yes. That's actually a good question.
And what's the difference between the red arrow and the red full circle?
Well, the red full circle is always on the top, no matter what.
This shit they didn't.
The
well,
arrow
we don't
on
know
the
that. We
bottom-
haven't examined every traffic light in the United States of America.
Okay.
And what if they do
Production-
it different in Canada due to cultural norms?
Well, okay, that might be true. I guess. I
All
don't
those
know.
Quebecois people are, they're strange. I'll say that.
Okay. Sure.
The lights could be different, is all that I'm saying.
XQC is weird for sure.
We
can do that.
We have one very prominent example of a weird person from
I
this specific
don't
group of
really
people.
know anyone else from Quebec.
Yeah,
I do. I love that clip of him reading that flag in French, but he like doesn't understand that it's French, and then he goes back and he goes, "Oh wait, that's French," and he just reads it like fluently.
Yeah.
He's like reading it out loud like in English, and he's like, "Oh wait a minute, I speak that," and then he speaks it in French, and I was like, "Oh, dude,
That's
this guy's
DJ
such a
Toenail
character."
for you, man.
What?
When he makes beats, his chat calls him DJ Toenail.
Okay, cool. Why?
He makes awesome music. That's why. What else could that mean?
Yeah. I just mean like toenails, kind of like a specific, part of the body. Like, is there a reason? Did he like clip his toenails on stream or something?
Why is
He got, like,
Questlove
a
called
weird-
that? Like, what does it matter, dude?
I don't know. You could ask
Everyone
him
has a
and he would
name for a
probably
reason,
tell you.
man.
Yes, they do. That's why I'm asking what the reason is.
Why is Black Thought called Black Thought?
I don't know.
You're,
But
I
maybe
think
they
you're
would know.
assuming toenail is a word that you might use to make someone seem bad or disgusting. When that isn't the case,
No,
that's
I
your
just-
preconceived notion that you're applying onto another human being, which is racist and bad
Sure.
on Juneteenth
Right.
because it's Juneteenth today.
Okay. Right, it is. So why? I just mean more of like toenail is like a word that we all agree means like the nails on your toes.
Yeah.
So why is he called that if he's a person?
Oh, well, what would
That's all
you
I'm
call him
referring
then?
to.
What would you call him?
I don't know. Why do they call him like DJ XQC? That's his already agreed upon name.
But you don't like when you're an art, when you make music, you don't go by fucking your real name.
His real name is not XQC. His birth name, he didn't pop out
Are we certain that it's not an acronym for his real name?
You know what? I actually don't know.
His
So
first name is
that's a good
Felix,
point.
which has an X in it.
Right, but
His
that's
middle
the
name,
last letter.
the other part of his name could be Quincy Neal or something. Felix Quincy Neal. Felix
No.
Quincy. I can't think of another N name. Nigel.
His name is Phoenix. I'm gonna butcher this.
Here
It's
we go.
Legel. Felix Legel.
Maybe.
That's an L, not a C.
Okay.
There's not even a C in his last name. So
So instead of, think about no DJ goes by their real name. Every DJ is like, oh, that's DJ Quick. That's DJ
DJ Slide.
DJ Mustard.
He's 6'2".
Yeah, he's like a
Oh,
tall freak, man.
I thought for sure he was like 5'4".
No. Every millionaire has to have something else up on you, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
It's either they're tall or they're buff as fuck for some reason.
They're just beautiful.
I don't
Well,
get
'cause
why
if you
rich
have, like-
people are all buff. They have no reason to do that.
Rich people are buff because they have the time to like spend on taking care of themselves. Because if you're rich, typically you don't have to work as much anymore.
Yeah, but if I was rich, I would just be like all the money that Dwayne The Rock Johnson spends going to the gym and buying gym equipment and like eating healthier, which is more expensive, and purchasing steroids also, which undoes all of the healthy eating
It's
that he probably does. right?
Right,
All that is
yeah.
so expensive. You could just pay for a buff bodyguard guy to do that as a job. And that way
Yeah.
you don't have
But I
to
think
put in all of the hard work of, putting the needle in your arms or whatever.
I think it's more of just like a societal thing. It's like, oh, I'm rich, and also like I want to look nice. Like I want people to look at me, and being buff is attractive.
But Dwayne The Rock Johnson is so buff that he went so far on the scale that he ended up on the other side of the scale, and he's no longer attractive to any human being anymore. There's nothing
Oh.
you can do with all of that he has. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I think it depends on who you ask.
I don't. Survey 100 women. Do you find would you sleep in bed with Dwayne The Rock Johnson? No sex.
Oh, just sleep with
Do you
actually?
That's the real relationship test. If you find someone attractive, you just have to sleep with them, no sex.
Because
that's
love
life,
to
man.
sleep with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, you wouldn't.
and I'm not joking.
No, you wouldn't. You are 100% joking.
No, I'm not.
You would go to bed and sleep no sex with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I want you to say that out loud.
I'm not gonna say.
So then you're a pussy. You can't commit to it.
No. Sorry, I don't mean that I'm not gonna say it. I just think the phrasing of saying I would sleep with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, no sex, is just really funny.
I want to clarify what sleep means in this context.
I know. Yes,
you would drink warm milk and eat cookies and get in bed to his silk sheets.
Well, so
in
there's
his
a
California
specific condition.
King.
Absolutely, without a doubt, yes. There's a specific condition that must be fulfilled for that to happen, though.
Okay.
If his room is hot as ball, I can't do it. I just can't. The room's got to be ice cold. I hate sleeping with another person, regardless of who it is. If it's like if I'm really warm and uncomfortable, if I can't cuddle up next to my partner and like we can like snuggle and warm each other up, I don't want to do it. So the room's got to be a good temperature. But if that condition is met, then absolutely yes, without a doubt. I want Dwayne The Rock Johnson to big spoon me as I fall asleep after we've drank warm milk.
Dude,
No
all
sex.
that tree trunk mass is hollow, and you know that shit, man. There's nothing there. Also, I think you would be in good company because he does like ice baths and shit.
Cool.
He like hates the
can do it
warmth,
together.
you know?
Great. Okay.
Unless he's in the sauna.
You're just selling this more to me.
I'm not trying to sell to you.
I'm being straight up though. I would do it.
That's crazy. I think you would have to pay me thousands of dollars.
Thousands?
At least $1,000, yeah, for sure. No doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Which I think is a fair price. I mean, I think
that's fine.
You know,
this is why the world has 8
catch.
billion people, man. You are a catch. This is why the world has 8 billion people. We're all a little bit different.
I guess so. I think if you surveyed 100 women, though, I think only the women with tattoos of their mom's name would agree to this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Which is not
So
many women, to be clear.
So I'm kind of like a woman with the tattoo of her mom's name on her back.
But in the form of a small white boy, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you would sleep, parentheses, no sex with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Parentheses, no sex.
In silk sheets, California King, 67-degree room temperature.
Maybe even a little bit colder than that.
Colder than that? 67 is pretty cold to me. For room temp.
That's like sweatshirt weather.
So you just want to walk around your house perpetually with a sweatshirt on? That's annoying to me.
No, I don't. But, well, actually, yes, I do, actually. That sounds really comfortable.
But it's annoying. The sweaters, it's a layer for the outside when you're going to brave the elements. I don't want to wear layers inside. I'm at home.
I
Man.
know. It's become the reverse because the Earth is just getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So the only place that I could be fitted up is inside of my own home comfortably.
But as the Earth gets hotter, it also gets colder in the winters.
Yes, it does.
So
So it
think
depends
about
on
that.
what month are Dwayne and I sleeping together. No sense.
March. It's in the middle. Get fucked.
Okay, that's not bad. That's fine. I can deal with that.
Okay, so does it change if it's December?
No, that's way better.
Or it changes if it's July, I guess.
Which
July,
day do
we're skirting the edge.
Where are we? This is an important question.
Like in the world?
Yeah, it's all about the heat. I'm being so straight up. It's all about the heat. If it's
Where
way
does
too
he
warm,
live?
I'm not
Do
doing
we know?
it. Probably somewhere in California, I would assume.
Right. I want to imagine that he has like some penthouse in Miami, though.
Oh,
That
yeah,
that
for sure.
seems like a thing that he would have.
And it's got like mana written across the top of it.
Yeah, because he really likes
Um,
tequila and stuff.
I just think it'd be fun,
Which is
man.
cool for
I've
a
been
guy
the
who
big
does
spoon my whole
steroids.
life. Maybe the guy with steroids could big spoon me, and that would be cool.
It's just it's such a hollow representation. It's sad. Don't you think it's a little sad that your idea of like flipping the script and being taken care of yourself is by a human who has to fill their body with with drugs that makes them appreciated by other people? Like there's no actual like care or heart in there. It's just a hollow trunk of a man.
Okay, it could be someone else then.
There's
Name,
nothing.
like, a
Okay, but
different-
I said specifically Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
yeah,
and
he
you
fits the
agreed to
example. I
it,
don't-
and you have to stand by
Yes.
that now.
I didn't say I'm not backing down on my take. I'm still saying yes, but like I just mean I don't really care how he got there. It doesn't affect my life at all if Dwayne the Rock Johnson decides to do steroids.
I mean, in this hypothetical, I guess not, but like, or in general,
So
at
why
all.
why does it matter?
But I'm
Yeah,
saying, like being the small spoon, there's sort of like a primal instinct to like. Now I'm starting to sound like Theo Von. There's like
Yeah,
a sort
you
of
do
a
sound like
primal
Theo
instinct.
Anyway, keep going, Theo.
When I grew up in Louisiana, I used to play with my friend Daryl. We got in the bathtub with Molotov cocktails. We throw them at our dad.
That does sound like something Theo Von would say.
And then a bear burst down the front door of our trailer, and we stuck lollipops up its ass. Whatever,
say that.
man. Dude, you know what I was thinking about the other day?
I think I'm about to find out. What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about, how animals, they have like camouflage and stuff like that.
Yep.
What?
Well, nothing. I'm curious as to where this is going to go.
Okay, you just said
So,
what with a
yes.
certain tone, so I feel like
No, sorry. I said and it wasn't picked up by my mic.
it
on
just
Discord.
feels like
So-
you're not very appreciative of my.
I'm not. I'm curious. That's why I said Yeah.
Just feels like I try and make this place like an open and positive place. That's why I opened by just telling all of our colorblind fans that we love them still.
Right.
And
that's
I'm trying to be open, and you're sort of like shutting me down with your tone, which I don't appreciate.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that
Camouflage.
to you.
Thank you.
Animals have camouflage. Yes.
Animals have camouflage, and that's like dope as fuck, right? Like that's a thing that we as humans don't have. We don't camouflage into anything. There's no
we don't.
biome on Earth that we camouflage into. We're at a natural disadvantage compared to chameleons and certain breeds of frogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the
Sure.
bullfrog. The bullfrog looks like swamp water,
Right. And he looks like he can close his eyes and kind of looks like a rock.
The closest thing we blend into is like, sand dunes, which doesn't really help because there's nothing out there anyway.
And also, we would have to be like stark naked, which means you would just get sunburned.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So like, What if there was a way to like get that?
Are we sponsored by like Carhartt or something today? Is that what you're gonna are you gonna
Does
segue
Carhartt
into
do
that?
camo stuff? They do more like
Oh yeah, big
workwear
time.
and shit. No,
They do. No, they have camouflage clothing or like mossy oak. How about that? That's probably a better example.
sure, yeah. Or
Are we
LL
sponsored by
Bean.
mossy oak?
No,
Or yeah, sure.
it's like
Wouldn't it be great
outdoorsy
if
stuff.
we could camouflage into the biomes around us? Well, with the
Wouldn't it be
sponsor of
great if
today's
you could look like
podcast-
a tree? Actually, wouldn't it
Well,
be
don't
awesome?
you want to wear a full ghillie suit to your 9 to 5 job in order to blend in with the houseplants in your
Yeah.
501 office?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great?
I think that would be great.
It would be cool. I mean, yes.
Like,
if
dude,
our skin
I'm
could
saying if we
change
could
color-
camouflage, and like I would be doing so many bank heists for sure. Like I think my life would be totally different.
Yeah, I think there would definitely be an uptick of money stolen from the banks.
There would definitely be like an uptick in people trying to like, make holes to look into like the women's changing room and stuff like that. Or
Yeah,
I
there
guess
would
you
be an
wouldn't even
uptick
need to do that. You
in,
would just
like-
go in there, right?
You could just walk in there and turn into a wall or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
No, but that's the thing. See, but then you got to close your eyes in order to stay camouflaged because obviously your eyes don't have any skin on them.
Well, maybe
so
your
when you
eyes can
open-
change. We could change the eyes, I think.
Okay.
People, what about those contact lenses that make your eyes like red or whatever? Right? What are those called?
What are they called?
Yeah,
Colored contacts?
colored contact. Yeah, we could use those.
Well, but if you wear colored contacts, then the irises of your eyes are still going to be, or no. Is the iris the colored part? What are the whites of your eyes?
I call them the whites of your eyes
Whites of eyes called.
because there's that famous.
The sclera.
There's the famous
don't think
quote
I've ever
from
heard
that
that
guy in the Civil War. He was like, "Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes." I forget who said that.
Probably Captain America. Maybe.
Famous quote though. Captain America. Yeah, that's definitely could have been him.
Yeah, I think Theodore Roosevelt, Captain America.
Well, Theodore Roosevelt wasn't. That was after the Civil War, or not the Revolutionary War, I should say,
He was after both.
because they were
Okay.
revolting. Anyway, I think you could, because we could just use. We can make the contacts the color that we want our eyes to be. So we could make them just fully the color of the walls. No.
Well, but then what about the whites of? You could still see the whites of your eyes against the wall. You know.
Well, we could. I think
And
we
you
could
might
just
stick
make
out.
better ones. We can make fucking black boxes that show anything on it, and we carry it around in our pocket. You know what I mean? We can't make fucking our eyes look a different color, but we can make
so we could make
we can make beautiful women show up on the Black Mirror,
what?
among other things that can also be on the Black Mirror.
Oh, on your phone. Yeah, you could do like other things with your phone.
It's a Black
too,
Mirror.
other than
Look at it,
beautiful
bro.
Women.
If you look inside of it, guess who you see? It's you
It's you.
in the Black Mirror.
Or sometimes, if you turn on your home screen and your name is Henry, you see Hollow Knight. You're
yeah.
a huge nerd. But yeah, I feel like maybe we could just develop like sunglasses that have a display on them on the front, and then they just like camouflaged whatever your skin is going to be. That could be cool. So everyone would just be like walking around with pit vipers all the time.
It seems a little impractical.
Well, but then like your eyes are covered, so you don't need. I just feel like a contact
But what about the
lens that
side
covers
profile? Like if I'm standing like this way to the side of you, right? And you see my glasses like protruding into the
Well, no, they've got to have like it's all the way. It's like those glasses that have like the full.
So you're wearing like a partial VR headset.
Yeah, pretty much. Just so you can sneak into the locker room with the gender that you're attracted to and peep on
Yeah.
those people.
That doesn't seem very. I feel like we could just figure out the contact things, but
But like, I just feel like having like the whole point of having contacts is to cover up your iris. If it covered up your entire eye, they would be really hard to put in and take out. You would have to like really.
wait, is
open
that how
up your
contacts
eyelid.
work?
What do you mean?
It only covers part of your eye. Does it not
Yeah, it
do
only
the whole
covers your
thing?
iris. No, it's a disc that's like as big as your iris.
I thought it was like 98% of your eye
Oh, really?
that it covered. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like a
no,
screen
they're like
protector.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just like they're like little. You just take.
But this
them
is you're saying
in your eye.
contacts are like if I put a screen protector on my phone, but it was only the middle
Yes,
65%.
That's why I was like,
if
what are you
only
talking
it was
about?
a circular screen protector in the
Yes.
middle of your phone.
Well, because like your colored contacts, like you can change the color of the colored part of your eyes, but
I
like
didn't realize this.
the white part of your eyes are still white. That's why I was like, I feel like that wouldn't work.
I have too many
you can still
people in my
see-
life who wear contacts for me to not know this, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't. My mom has been really drilling into us that she just got contacts for the first time in her life because she's
Oh, really?
53, and she was like, they're just so hard to put in, and so now that she can actually do it, she's like, guys, are you so proud of me? Like when she calls me on the phone, she's like, Henry, I put in my contacts this morning, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, mom, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you.
That's nice. Good for Melissa, man.
Well, my 5-year-old cousin made fun of her because he was like, oh, I can wear contacts, Aunt Melissa. And she was like, all right, fine, fucking whatever, I'll do it. She was like, I'm a 53-year-old woman. I can do it. And I was like, you go, Mom. You got it.
Yeah. She's
But yeah,
strong and independent.
contacts do not cover like your entire eyeball.
That's fucked
They
up.
just
I
cover
didn't
your
realize that.
iris. And like, I guess like a little bit larger than your iris.
Eye technology is so weird, man.
It's cool.
I always think it's fucked up how like telescopes work. Like you look into a little circle and it's like this this smorgasbord like fucking mousetrap contraption of fucking mirrors, and it allows you to see Jupiter like really good.
Yep.
And it's like how did something about like light and radio waves and shit.
Yeah. And the electromagnetic what is it? What
Not
is the spectrum of light called?
the visible light spectrum.
Like, what's the whole thing? Is it just called the light spectrum?
The spectrum of light. Spectrum light speed internet.
Oh, it is the electromagnetic spectrum of waves.
Because light is waves. Yeah.
Yeah, light is waves. And like visible light is the part that obviously we can see, but like we can't see microwaves or radio waves and X-rays and all the other kind of waves that there are.
Ultraviolet waves.
Yeah, those burn your skin. Or gamma rays, those turn you into the Hulk, I think.
Microwaves you use to make chicken
cool.
nuggets, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because the microwave, it's when the
waves,
I don't really know how a
they're called
microwave works.
It causes all the water in your food to move around and heat up.
What if there's no water in my food? What if I put sand in the microwave?
I think it would explode.
Would it? No, I don't think so.
I have no idea.
A sand isn't a fork.
I'm not going to pretend to know. But I know microwaves work. They have something to do with water. Something to do with like moving around the water molecules in food is what makes it hotter.
I know that when they first were making the microwave, it was an issue. They were like, if the microwaves get out of the box that we made, that's like bad. So we have to find a way to do that.
Bad.
So they put the little, the little dots on like the screen of the microwave so you can like look in, but you can't. I always wondered as a kid, I was like, why can't I see? Why isn't it just glass? Why can't I just look in? But the little dots they put on there, they like dissipate the waves or something like that. And they make it so that the waves can't get out of the magic box.
The magic box.
I
will say though, sometimes if I'm standing in between.
Speaking of the microphone, pussy boy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here. Here's my fist. Here's my distance.
That's good form.
Obviously, like Bluetooth is also a wave. Like sometimes I'll leave my phone in one room, and then I'll like have my AirPods in, and I'll walk into another room while I'm microwaving something.
Yeah.
And the microwaves will like interrupt the Bluetooth signal like between my phone and my AirPods, and I'm always like, oh my god, this is so cool. This is science right now, happening right in front of me. This is amazing.
A long time
and then
ago,
my music gets all like,
A long time ago when fucking the internet was done through like the same fucking like copper wires that like you use to
Hmm.
power like your washing machine and shit. This is still you could still do this in some houses that if they're old enough. If you like run the washing machine, your internet will cut out because they're like on the same line and they use the same kind of
That sounds
waves.
awesome. Thank God my house has been updated since then. It's 110 years old.
Yeah. Uh, it's only I think it's a specifically like copper wire thing, which was not like I don't know. I'm not gonna
Interesting.
pretend to know that how this shit works. I don't know
That's okay.
anything. I'm not fucking Ohio housing government people when they
I
made
don't
the
think
rules.
I don't really think that most people know a lot of information. I found out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the most fun part about being an adult. Is like you realize how unqualified you can be for a job and still get it.
And then
Or
there's
like how
like
much or sorry, like how much information I would expect someone to know who does something and they just like don't have to know any of that information.
yeah, yeah. I was saying there's like
Especially when it
a
comes to
sort
like
of a
legal
second like
decisions.
a second coming of not knowing is like when people have a kid and the kid starts asking them questions and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Dude, I don't know.
Kids like, "Why the damn sky blue?" And you're like, I know this, but like I'm not
But
sure."
like, I don't know.
It's something about water and stuff. I don't
Something about
know.
the ocean, it like reflects.
It's like an
Yeah.
atmosphere. It's kind of like think of it as a snow globe
Right. We're
and stuff
all in
like
a
that.
snow globe. And then your kid starts freaking out and they're like, what if we get shaken? What if we get shaken? And then you're like, oh, well, don't worry, honey. There's nobody to shake us. And they go, oh, so God's not real. And you go, yep, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you just have to concede.
Yep.
Children are really the smartest people out there.
They just ask a lot of questions and they're typically not as anxious.
That's
They
true.
haven't
You
seen
don't.
as much of the world yet.
When you evolve, one of your hidden abilities is anxiety.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. I feel like it's typically more of a hindrance.
Yeah.
It's like my survival instinct of like when I should be wary of things, but it's like way too on edge all of the time.
Yeah, you're like, what if there's a camouflage person looking at me while I'm sitting on the toilet right
While
now?
yeah. But thankfully, I would be able to see the whites of their eyes, so I know that they're not.
Yeah,
there.
they haven't figured out the colored context yet, so it's okay.
That's what keeps me sane at night because I'm like, oh, there's nobody in my room because I don't see any whites of anyone's eyes.
Right.
It's like that Civil War quote. Because I wouldn't shoot them until
You
I saw the whites of
don't.
their
Well,
eyes.
Revolutionary War, but you don't shoot them
Revolutionary
until
War,
you see the
sorry.
whites of their eyes because their guns were bad. They couldn't aim. They actually had NA aim back then.
Oh, did they?
And they were playing
Well,
on
yeah,
a
that's where it comes
different
from.
server, so there was like mad
Well,
ping
they're-
and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that would suck. I wouldn't want that. I bet they didn't even know like what hertz they were running at and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
There's probably tons of input delay. The British definitely had like superior servers there.
for sure, definitely. Because they had the big games publishing people.
Well, I think they just owned like most of the world at that point.
I just learned this the
They
other
really-
day when the British took over the whole world. They were spending 10% of their GDP on like military stuff, and then when it was like World War II, they were spending 50% of their GDP on the military, which
That's
doesn't
crazy.
seem correct to me because it's like they had more stuff like a while ago
Right.
and they were spending less.
Well, but I think their like total GDP was probably way higher because they owned way more territory and could produce a lot more with all of the colonies that they had.
Yeah, but you would
II.
you would think if you wanted to keep everything under control, because people were like fighting against them. They weren't like,
Yeah,
oh, the
all the
British
time.
are here and we're chill with it. You know what I mean? Like,
We love them.
India
and they're
was
super
famously
cool.
not chill with it. So like,
No, they weren't. Most people were not cool with being owned by a monarchy.
yeah.
Famously, us.
And the Queen, they were unhappy that the Queen was just fucking She was fucking her corgis. Honestly, that's probably what she was doing.
Okay. I hope not.
I mean, that's what white women famously are known to do.
Have sex with dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. And they love not sleeping with Dwayne The Rock
And they don't
Johnson.
sleep
No
with Dwayne The
sex.
Rock Johnson.
No sex.
No sex.
Just physically being next to him in a bed.
They want to have sex with him, but not sleep with him.
Interesting.
It's the opposite. It's turned on its head. It's when you flip a coin and it lands on its edge.
I hope to some point in my life have enough aura to be able to pull that one off.
I don't, but if you hit that in a situation, what is that? Like, if you're like, okay, let's flip a coin for it, life or death.
Heads or
Let's
tails.
flip a coin. Either you get thrown in the volcano or I get thrown in the volcano. You flip a coin, it lands on the edge. What? Like, what's the
that means
aura
we both
there?
Gotta jump. We both gotta jump.
I don't.
But just
That's
like
not
think
aura,
about the
though.
moment. No, it's not. But I mean, the situation, like the chances of you obviously flipping it perfectly to land on its edge are so small that the small audience of people who are all gathering to watch this bet are going to be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll be like, "Okay, we'll flip again."
And then after like 10 seconds, you'll flip again. It'll land on tails, and your ass is burned
Jumping in the
alive.
volcano. But like for that moment, that will have been like one of the better.
That will not be on your
moments of my
epitaph, bro. I hate to tell you this.
I think it will, absolutely. Think
No,
about how many
I
people have
don't.
flipped a coin. It's like when I die and God gives me like my stat sheet. He's like, these are all of your like platinum achievements that you got that other
This
people
is how
don't
many
have.
cobblestone blocks you placed.
Yeah, exactly. This is how many steps you've walked in comparison to everyone else. You know, this is how many.
This
you
is
know,
how
you get
many
your whole stat
kilometers
sheet.
you've ridden on a pig with a carrot and a stick.
Right.
So think about that.
You know,
because you're dead now.
I want to see my stat sheet, so I'm shooting for the rare achievements. Think about it. Not many people have flipped a coin and perfectly gotten it on the side.
Yeah, not many people have gotten every status effect all at the same time.
Yeah, it's true, because typically you just die.
A lot of people don't have access to spawning the wither.
A lot of people don't know that you can drink milk to cure all of your ailments.
If
I
society
have
knew
kidney
that,
disease.
oh, Alex Trebek had pancreatic cancer, but he didn't know about the milk thing. He knew
didn't know about
the
the milk
irony,
thing.
dude. He had this game show about trivia, and he didn't know the one trivia that would save him. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. It is sad. It's that guy.
Fuck Ken Jennings, bro. I hate you.
He's fine.
No, he's not, man.
Yes, he is. He's not as good as Alex Trebek, but that's just, you know, like my bias speaking. He's a great guy. He does a good job. at his
He's a
job.
great guy. You want to be on record saying that?
No, I don't, because he's a famous person. He's probably like a pedophile or some shit.
Did you
They
see
all
that
are.
tweet where he said there's nothing sadder than seeing a hot person in a wheelchair?
No.
Which he's right. I mean, it's true.
No, he's not. What?
He's
okay,
right,
what about
man.
No, what about being in a wheelchair makes you unattractive?
Because you're in a wheelchair, man.
Who cares?
I care a little bit.
I could still kiss you on the mouth if you're in the wheelchair, dude. Whatever.
Look, all I'm saying is
If you really love someone and you think they're attractive, you can just take care of them because you love them, and that's what you should do.
I think the
for someone that you
rational
love.
thing for humans to think, if they're scrolling on Tinder and they find someone that's in a wheelchair, that person's definitely getting less likes.
Sure, yes, absolutely, without a doubt. But I'm just, like, if you really were like,
It's just
oh,
how
this person's,
humans
like, really
think, man. I'm
cool.
sorry. Like, it's just...
Everyone deserves love, man.
I don't disagree.
So, you know,
I'm just saying people in wheelchairs, you know, they can only
deserve it a little
sleep,
less.
parentheses, no sex.
that's not necessarily true.
Sometimes.
It depends on the case.
It depends on the case, yeah. But anyway, that's like, you know, Ken Jennings is a great guy. You're right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my quote back. I meant more of like I think he does a good job of his job.
No, I don't
I think
so.
he's a good Jeopardy host. Really.
I'm a big Jeopardy fan, and every time he reads a clue, I can see it in his fucking eyes. He's like, I know this one. You can see it in his eyes and in his tone.
He probably does, yeah.
Well, he does because
I'm
he
not
was
saying he's
prepped on all
better
the
than Alex
answers
Trebek.
beforehand, man. Fuck that guy.
Well, yeah.
Stupid bitch.
Um,
Who's the other Amy from Big Bang Theory?
I
or
don't know.
whatever?
I don't watch
I don't know if her name is Amy. I forget. I'm sorry.
Who
But
is
it's
this
the
from
girl
Big Bang
from
Theory?
Big Bang Theory. It's I don't watch Big Bang Theory, so I don't know her name in the show either. But it's the girl who does. I like the girl who does Jeopardy. I think her name's Amy. If her name's Amy, I get 100 points.
Like in who are you talking
It doesn't
about,
matter. If her name is Amy
it's
in
not-
real life or in the show, I get 100 points.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just mean, like, which female character are you talking about?
I don't know. It's the girl who's
Is it
on Jeopardy.
Sheldon's-
I don't know.
I haven't watched it.
She's on Big Bang Theory. I don't know.
I know, but there are multiple women in Big Bang Theory.
Okay, it's the
Okay,
girl
sorry.
who does Jeopardy and is also on Big Bang Theory. I don't know.
I just told you I haven't seen it. I only know from Big Bang Theory. Is it Penny or is it Amy?
I think it's Amy because it was in my brain.
Is
somehow.
it Leonard's girlfriend or is it Sheldon's girlfriend? From
I
Big
don't
Bang
know. I have no idea.
Does she wear glasses in Big Bang Theory?
I don't know. I've never seen the show.
He doesn't know. Okay, whatever.
Can't you
Yes,
just
there
look it up?
isn't-
You're the guy who looks shit up on the show. God damn it.
Okay.
I have
Sorry.
no idea. I think
Oh,
it's,
she's a neuroscientist. That's crazy.
it's just dead ass, straight up. I had no idea. It's Amy, right? Just tell me I'm right. I want my 100 points so fucking
Yes,
bad.
you're right. Yes.
Her name's
yes.
Amy in the show or in real life?
Her name is Amy in the show.
What's her name in real life?
Mayim Bialik.
I like her on Jeopardy.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to
Nice,
say, man.
Okay.
All right, I think
Damn,
it's
bro,
time for everyone's
everyone's
favorite
out here getting
weekly
divorced.
segment. Put the computer away. It's time for everyone's favorite weekly segment.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Oh no, the jingle.
It's Henry's weekly fish fact. What do you got this
Henry's
week, man?
weekly fish fact. Okay. I got this one written down.
Yeah.
You're gonna like this one.
Okay.
This one's specifically for you, Jax. I'd pick this one because I thought the fish had a cool name.
Okay, I like that.
The Pacific Black Dragon
Ooh, fire,
cool,
bro.
right?
Fire. Mic
is a
drop.
deep sea fish. They have like a bioluminescent like barbel, kind of like
an
anglerfish.
Yeah.
And they produce red light instead of white light, like a fucking
Like a
anglerfish.
stoplight.
Yeah, and they have skin that absorbs
Although colorblind people
99.9%.
can't tell different. Anyway.
Yeah, colorblind people can't tell.
love you.
And they have skin that absorbs 99.9% of all light, and they live in like the deep parts of the ocean.
It's like
so
one of
they are
those damn
essentially
fish you
invisible.
could see their organs and shit.
If you looked up their skin is really, really dark.
Oh, okay.
If you looked up this fish on the internet, you would scream. They're like terrifying looking. They do look like dragons, kind of.
Okay.
And so they're sort of invisible. But fun part about these fish, other than the red light producing bioluminescent orb and their jet black skin that makes them like nearly invisible, only the females in their species grow to be like full-size adults, and they have mouths and stomachs and all that fun stuff. And I only specify those two because the males do not have digestive systems or mouths at all. They are only born, live long enough to find a mate. They mate, and then they die.
Fire.
And so, like, the females continue to live on.
They have the best nut of their
that's
damn
like
life, dude. That's beautiful.
They only get one. So it is the best nut of their damn life, whether it's good or bad.
Also, I looked up
And
a
then,
photo of this fish. For some reason, the first photo I saw is from Walmart.com. I'm not really sure why. I'm actually going to go to the website to see where this fish is on Walmart.com.
I feel like I would be very
No, the
surprised
page
if it was
doesn't
something that you
exist.
could. Oh, okay, I'd be very
interesting.
surprised if it was something you could buy at
But
Walmart.
the image is still hosted on Walmart.com for some reason because it's still like indexed by Google. Or I guess I'm using DuckDuckGo, not Google, but you get the idea. This
But
fish is sick as hell, dude. Are you joking? I mean, it is like, nightmare
Terrifying.
fuel a little bit. How big is it? Do you know? Like, is it?
I don't.
Oh, I guess I'm seeing a photo with it in someone's hand, and it's super fucking small. So it's.
I would say I don't think they're very large.
They are. This guy, to give a sense of scale for the audio listeners,
They get up to 2 feet long.
Oh, they're long as fuck, though. I see, but they are super small. Like the head of this fish is like not much bigger than like your pinky figure.
Yeah,
that's crazy, dude. Damn,
but they're fucking terrifying.
That's a good ass fish.
Also, if you, thank you.
What were you gonna say?
No, the males are like much smaller. So if you see one that's like the males get to be like 2 or 3 inches long, because they just are born and fuck, and then they die.
They have
what a way to live.
I'm trying to think. There's a goddamn fish in like Finding Nemo that looks like that, where it has all the fucked up teeth. I forget. I don't know.
It could be a Pacific black dragon. Who knows?
I don't.
But I remember that scene. It's freaky.
I could be wrong.
There are a lot of animals that live at the bottom of the ocean that all their teeth look like this. They really need to go to the dentist.
They have just rows and rows of teeth, like fucking the attendants on Sunday in church. Did you see? This wasn't particularly recent, but did you see the scientists like melted like permafrost in the ground, and they found like worms that were like 40,000 years old?
That's kind of cool. No,
and they bred them, and they have children now, and they exist in the world.
Oh, that's cute. Good for them. So
I saw this. I saw this on Instagram, so this might not be 100% factual.
So it's true.
It was one of those posts where it was like a picture of like a weird fucked up worm, and then it had like the big sort of like impact font text under it where it was like scientist, like it was a headline, even though this is just like some 17-year-old with a basketball player profile picture, and they have like a weird famous account for some reason with a bunch of followers, and they post like memes about cats in between like serious like news headlines and stuff like that. Like they don't do any. Awesome. Who are these people, man? I don't. Anyway, so
everyone's got a side hustle.
According to this random Instagram account, which everyone knows is obviously the most reputable source of information
Michael
in the
Jordan.
world.
Right.
Who is also Kevin Durant, according to his profile picture. Apparently the worms are like 40,000, which is I can't think of another thing that's 40,000 years old. You know what I mean? Everything to me is either younger or older than that. Like rocks are older than that, right? But like the pyramids are younger than that, which is a special kind of rock that we know of.
Right. Well, they're like shaped in a certain way, and we made them, and they're like cool, and they activate sometimes.
Yeah. So to me, it's like this weird in-between zone of like, what were these worms doing? Were they having parties? Did they? What did they feed on? These are all interesting questions that I think we have to ask.
Yeah, they have like worm parties, I guess.
Worms
gotta have a good time too, right?
100%, man. Yeah,
they gotta get down with it.
The worms, they party on Friday. They recover from the hangover on Saturday, and they repent on the Lord's Day.
They repent on the Lord's Day.
And then they go back to work on Monday, where they work at their 9-to-5 office job, eating rocks. Are you okay? You keep rubbing your eyes, dude.
I know. I don't know why. My right eye all of a sudden just got really itchy.
You've been rubbing your eyes for the past, 3 minutes.
It's allergy season. I don't know.
It is allergy season, but oh yeah, you do have a cat, Zach. Zach, we love you dearly. If you're listening, I know you're not. Just we know better. He's not.
He's probably not.
He's definitely not. He got a cat for some reason, which is an interesting thing to do at the end of a lease at a place that you stay.
It's kind of interesting. I think he's cute.
It's not a
He's sweet
decision
cat.
I would have made. What's the cat's name? It's named after a goddamn anime or something.
His name is Makoto. He's named after the main character from Persona 3.
Persona, that's right, because Zach loves Persona.
Yeah, I haven't played the game, but it's good apparently.
I think the worst thing about this cat that Zach got was that he got it right after I did the podcast with him while you were gone, so we never got the chance to talk about it.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess we've got to have him back.
The second
on
worst
for a
thing
cat
is that the
interview.
cat is going to pee all over Zach's bedroom and it's going to fuck up your deposit for sure, but like, you know.
Zach's room does have a certain
aroma.
It's got a certain je ne sais quoi to it, you could say.
For sure.
The mise en scène of the room is fucked. For sure.
His room did not have much mise-en-scène to begin with. Let's be real here. There was no elegance of a shot for that room.
No, there wasn't.
This is no Rob Reiner
I liked
movie,
his
okay?
Funko Pop wall, but now he took all his Funko Pops down because we're moving out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like, you know, cats are like, you know, beasts that terrorize and just
Yeah, when
they
he's
notoriously fuck up people's lives.
When he's awake, he's kind of a little terrorist, but when he's sleeping, is really cute.
So
So it kind of makes up for it a little bit.
I think it's just funny if, like, you know, you have a bunch of roommates and then it's like, oh, we get a cat and the cat is like a, you know, when you have so many roommates, so little is like holding up the structure of the traditional home. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, my home is anything but.
yeah. Like there are a few things that are holding the house together. One of them is like the Brita, which you don't have, which is an issue for you. This is what I was telling you. You got to get a Brita because it holds everything together. My roommate moved out and he took the damn Brita, and now my house is falling apart.
Since it's in shambles.
It is in shambles, man. There's boxes everywhere. There's fucking. I have
That's
like
sad.
4 weeks worth of mail just sitting on the counter that I haven't done anything with. There's fucking,
See, I don't get mail because I don't have this as a permanent address on any sort of recorded information about me ever.
Yeah. I mean, we
nice.
don't either. We just get. Here's the fuck thing about apartments, man. Sometimes you just get mail from the last people that were here.
We do get occasionally, yeah.
Which that's not a big deal. It's like no one lives here. You save it for a little bit to see if they like come and get it, and if like a week passes, you just throw it out, whatever.
Right.
But we get mail that's like, like a fucking magazine companies. I didn't even know magazines still existed. I thought it was all e-zines these days, but this isn't the case apparently. Where it's the address on the fucking like to line is just current resident. It's not to a person.
Yeah.
You could just mail shit to someone if they are the current resident of the establishment there. Like what?
Yep, they got your address down. They just go, hey, check us out.
And now I have to call
Aren't we cool?
your stupid bullshit magazine advertising like fucking the Toys R Us 2004
comeback.
Christmas Toys R Us catalog is coming to my, like, what are we doing, man? Does anyone buy shit
Why
from
do I
those
have
anymore?
this?
Like, I have never, I'll say this, and maybe this is a sign of my age, I have never, ever in my life ordered something from a magazine. That's crazy to me because it's like so clearly like it's packaged as entertainment. It's like, oh, this is like a fun movie that you get to go through all the pages and you get to see, oh, you can buy T-bone steak at fucking the Sharper Image, and you can go get a dildo
you do love T-bone
at
steak.
fucking Hot Topic. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
so they're trying to package ads as entertainment. It's like this weird, gross, like, you know what I mean? Like it's
I do know what you mean.
it's so strange, man. Why would anyone ever? It's crazy that grandmas saw that shit in like the 70s and they were like, this is like the future, man.
This is the future of all shopping ever.
And now we have iPhones. Isn't that crazy?
We have Black
Steve
Mirror.
Jobs, he was here and he's gone now. He died, but he did Pixar also for some reason. And that's crazy.
did?
Steve Jobs, when he was fired from Apple for a little bit, he started Pixar on the side.
He started Pixar
On the
after
side.
being
He
at
was
Apple
also doing
for a
his
little-
own
on the
computer
side.
company at the same time, yeah.
God, I'm never gonna amount to anything, am I?
And he thought he could cure cancer by eating apples, but that's a different story, you know?
Okay, so maybe not all of his ideas were great. We've all got to have a little bit of a stinker every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, you know, eating apples keeps the doctor away, not the disease. He must have got that one backwards, but...
That's true. Yeah, I guess he probably just mixed that one up. That makes sense.
But you know what I'm... Like, magazines are like this weird... Imagine if you watched a movie and it was like, this is the Minecraft movie, you know? This is, come play our video game. It would be crazy if that was a movie because it's so clearly just an ad and there's no genuine emotion in any of it, and all of it is just trying to relate to the viewer as like sort of like references. Oh, it's
at how fun
look,
this
Chicken Jockey,
is.
it's from the game. It would be crazy if that movie existed in the real world and people went and watched it because it's so clearly not genuine or important or useful to you in any way.
I don't think that that's what people need anymore. Though.
Shut the
like I feel like
fuck
people
up,
don't
bro.
care. People are just trying to find a way to like get by, and so they want to see the chicken jockey. But I understand where you're coming from. I feel like in a modern context, it almost would make sense for magazines to exist. But like for the most part, you don't buy things from magazines anymore. So like 20 years ago, when we weren't all fucked up in the head already, I don't really see how those advertisements like would have worked. Like my parents have also never bought anything from a magazine, and they're 30 years older than I am.
It's also crazy to me that like you still go to the grocery store and like you can buy tabloids. They're like, see what Meghan Markle's up to. Dude, I have Instagram. Why are you like,
I already know.
Why are you putting pictures onto physical paper in the real world and shipping it to the Giant Eagle in Massillon, Ohio, dude? Like we have Google, bro. Like what do you mean, man?
But not everyone uses
It's crazy
it,
that those companies aren't like all gone already. You know what I mean?
The old people need their news in some way, and they don't trust the shadow box, which is fair because they shouldn't. But you know,
but they
wanna know
do
what's going
trust
on with Meghan
the
Markle,
shadow
too.
box, bro. They got their fucking tube television with the damn tube in it, the cathode ray with it, and it gives you
Cathode ray
cancer
tube.
sometimes. Okay, and
only
they turn it
sometimes,
on,
though, not all the
and
time.
fucking Tucker Carlson is on the news, and he's like, "I'm Tucker Carlson, and I'm important. I went to school for fucking nothing at all. I didn't go to school."
Did you see he quit?
From Fox News? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he doesn't work at Fox News anymore.
He got fired from Fox News, first off.
Whatever.
He didn't quit.
He doesn't work at Fox News.
This is so long ago. Yeah, he has his own show on X now.
Oh, great.
Didn't we talk about this? He interviewed Vladimir Putin on his X show.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it. I didn't know that was like before.
that
I
was
didn't know
that was after he
got
got fired. Yeah, this was like 2 or 3 years ago now.
Oh damn. Okay. All right.
And I
See,
tried to
maybe if
watch
I had read
the
a tabloid, I would have known.
I tried to watch the Vladimir Putin interview high, and it was 3 hours long. I was like, I have to watch this because I feel like it's important.
It's gonna be important.
But I didn't want to watch it sober. I was like, there's no way I could make it all the way through.
I can't do it. I'm not strong enough.
I think I made it like an hour and a half in, and then I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to bed, man. I know. It was miserable. I can't.
Hey,
no.
well, you tried.
But it's crazy, like fucking. One, it's crazy that people like cared about like the queen and shit, because she's just like this woman who like jacks off all day, and then she goes into the government, and she's like, yeah, I think we should give less funding to fucking children's schools, and that's like her job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the power of history and important political figures and all that.
That's
fun
so
stuff.
weird, man. And there's people
I agree
who
with
are
you. I'm just
gaudy
saying,
enough
like-
to be like, we're gonna make a paper that people buy about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. I agree with you, but
I
like,
know I'm
it's
being
just,
like
kind of
very
a
like society or what, a Black Mirror, you know, but it's like
little bit.
this
yeah.
is like deeply weird to me. I'm very
Yeah.
serious about that. Like, this is very.
I don't disagree with you. I think like you got to come at it from a point of, it's very unfamiliar for people like you and I, but I don't know, man. My grandma grew up and she was like, "Oh, I'm English and I love the Queen because I always told that I was supposed to love the Queen, and so I do."
Sure, yeah. But
Like,
even
like there weren't as many reasons for you to question your surroundings, or like it was just not as encouraged to be like.
I don't even think it's necessarily that. I think like if I was my mom growing up in 1970 whatever, and I saw fucking magazines about fucking Naked and Afraid or whatever the hit television series at the time
Right.
was, I'd be like, why is anyone paying attention to this? We have like piano and shit. You know what I mean? Like piano is awesome. Piano
I
is
guess so,
way
yeah.
cooler than anything that has ever been put in a magazine, unless we're talking about magazines about pianos. That might be interesting. I'm not sure. I haven't read one. So I'll have to get
I
back
haven't
to you
seen
on
one
that.
I don't know, man. I think people just don't. Some people just don't have interests. Like they're just not.
This is what it always comes back to. We're always like, people don't have interests.
They don't. It's the only way that makes sense to me to explain how the world works.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird.
Because it can't be anything else. Because if everyone was conscious of all of their actions and their behaviors all the time, I think the world would be a different place.
It just blows chunks, I guess, is what I'm saying.
It does. It does blow chunks.
Fuck, man.
We're having a king now, though, so we have King Trump. So, like, that's kind of cool. That's coming back.
I mean, that is cool. Oh, I guess we could talk about Elon
What's not
Musk.
cool?
He put out a tweet where he was like, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
I think I don't know why anyone was like, "What?" That to me is like the piano magazine. That to me is the
yeah.
Naked and Afraid magazine. How could you possibly be surprised that that is true?
I mean, I think it's not surprising that it's true. I think everyone like kind of. I mean, certainly there are people who are like, way too far down like the opposite rabbit hole, and they're like, they're just like fucking vile, brain dead mushroom zombie people, right? But like, other people, I think people sort of generally look at Elon Musk and they're like, yes, he is weird and generally bad also, and he made Tesla.
Yes,
some kind of.
not like
really.
I associate him with Tesla.
But like this is, I think we're used to the government like acting in sort of like shadow ways, But this is like Elon Musk, like someone who is like very directly just doing work for the government, like doing corruption, like firing people that like oversaw the regulation of his companies.
All the time.
And then he said the thing out loud. He said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
Which is like, Donald Trump
might be
is
one
a
of the-
pedophile. I'm well aware of it, and I decided to pay people
Work
$1
with him
million
anyway.
on the street to vote for him anyway.
Yep.
Like, that's insane. It's crazy. You can do the corruption, right? I'm not okay with it, but I also can't do really anything about it, like be myself as a
can't really
human
do anything
being,
about
right? So like I just got to live with it. But you can do the corruption in my mind. But if you
Sure.
after the corruption, you say, "Oh yeah, no, I'm well aware. I'm aware of all of it."
I knew it was bad the whole time.
It's one thing to like feign ignorance and like pretend you're a good guy. And it's another thing to just say, "I just hate babies." You know what? Like
I hate innocence, and I hope that everyone loses it immediately.
You know
And no
what
one
I
deserves
do
to
every
be
day
happy.
after school? I go around the neighborhood and I kick dogs for fun. That's what I do. My name is Elon
'Cause I'm
Musk, and I make
evil.
cars that explode.
Yeah. And some of them young college students could model in their 3D modeling software in less than 30 seconds. It's like,
I
we
don't
just
know,
live
that-
in such an awful time.
That's wild, man. Like
We could go to war again. Wouldn't that be cool? Do you want to get drafted? Can
I
you
was
get drafted?
thinking about this. I'm registered for the draft. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we have to. We're
No, I am registered, but like, I'm really low on the totem pole.
I mean, I think here's what happens if I get drafted. I'll go 100. I'll go definitely, and I know that I will go. One, because it's against the law to not go. Not that I like really give a shit about that, to be honest.
I was gonna say what. When have we cared about that?
But I'll go because I have confidence that this is the exact scenario that will happen. I'll show up to base camp, and they're gonna be like training us on like how to load a gun and shit. And they're gonna be like, this scrawny motherfucker can't even pick up the gauge, dude. We gotta get this guy out of here. He's gonna hamper us down, you know?
Right.
And they would ship me out of there. They would have no use for me. I'm not physical in any way, shape, or form, and that's what you have to be.
You
in
could
the
be
military.
like a field medic.
And guess what? I'm also
Well, maybe not a
colorblind.
field medic. No, you're not.
Well, they don't know that.
I guess you're right.
Sorry, Sergeant. I know my doctor says I have 20/20 vision, but I hit a rock on myself, and now I can only see black and white. So I guess I can't. Like I really
can
want
only see
to,
black and
but I can't do the.
I really
want to
help out, but like I just can't do it.
I think
Yeah.
I'm better at the computers and stuff. So
Well, that's what I feel like. Like they will still find a job for us no matter what.
probably, yeah. They'll have
Yeah,
me.
I don't know, it would kinda suck.
They'll give me the Xbox controller, and I'll fly the drones.
You can
or
drive the
whatever.
submarine
Drive the submarine. Yeah.
with the Xbox controller. It'll be just like Ocean Gate. It'll be awesome.
Well, they use the damn Xbox controller for some of the shit on like Navy ships, like
They actually
guiding
do,
the
yeah.
missiles and stuff, which is crazy to think about. That like
So funny.
Microsoft contributes to the army in that way. Like, not, I don't know if it's
Yep.
like directly or whatever. It probably is
And
directly.
they made the Xbox controller, and the government was like, "Wait, that shit rocks. Let's use that."
I think it's
They were
less that it rocks and more that like every guy who's played Call of Duty, which is every guy,
yeah, ever
just knows what it is.
knows how it works.
They know that you
Yeah.
can click in the right stick, which like old people don't get.
Yeah, that's true. I just think it's funny. I was talking with my barber of all people like 2 days ago. He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
so like you could get drafted. Isn't that cool?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hopefully that doesn't like ruin the rest of my life."
Yeah. But then,
I guess we haven't actually gone to war yet, though. So
dude, think about it. If we win, though, World War III happens. If we win, we get the fucking.
what do you mean? If we win, we definitely win.
I don't think that's a guarantee. No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No, definitely not. Russia thought they were gonna win, and they're still in this damn war like 3 years later or whatever. 4
Oh,
years later,
okay.
I don't even know how it's. You know what I mean? Like Russia was thought
I
of
think
as like
that's-
this big powerhouse. They have a giant military. They thought they were gonna take over Kiev in 3 days.
That's true.
And
I did. Yeah,
like they did unironically think that, and we're still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a guarantee at all.
Do you think they think about the fact that like most people really don't want to go to war? Do you think they know? Do you think Trump knows?
I don't think they think about that because I don't think they can afford to think about that.
I don't think they care.
They just have to go to war.
I feel like we don't have to go to war,
Well, yeah, but
especially considering like most of the United States is like, hey, we don't really jive with Israel and like what they're doing.
sure.
We don't want to kill everyone in Iran. But the government's like, yeah, well, we do. It would be good for us. And think about all the oil that we would get and drink.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not I think missiles are bad. I think other guns are bad. I think,
I think guns are bad. Yeah.
I think guns are pretty bad. I don't know. It's hard for me to like think that other people, like the CEO of Northrop Grumman, is like, I like this. I don't know if they like what they do. I'm sure there are like some sickos for sure, and that's like
Oh, yeah.
a portion of it, right? But I don't think the people most aware of the situation are like, that delusional. And like some portion of them are going to be, like I said, but like, I think it is literally just like the CEO of Raytheon, and he's like, dude, if I get this deal to go through, I'm gonna I could build an in-ground
make
pool.
Hella
You know
money.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
if World War III happens, I could get another
I don't know if it's-
Lamborghini.
I don't know if it's necessarily real to him in the same way that it's real to like other people. But there certainly is like this dissociation that you have if you like do a job that like, if you work at Shell and you dumped all that shit into the Gulf of Mexico, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we should get everyone a Pikachu plush, and they'll all see his smile, and that'll solve all issues.
I think that would help. Like, I don't think it would solve, world hunger or violence, but I think it would help a little bit.
If we give Xi Jinping, we pull up to Beijing, the holy, I don't know what
Capital of
I don't know what
China.
their White House is in Beijing, but like
I
they
have no
have they have
idea.
like a temporal palace or something like that. We go to the big
It's
palace.
probably the most beautiful building in
Oh
all
my
of
god,
existence.
it's so beautiful, so decadent, so opulent, so magnificent
Look at
even.
you.
We go to Xi Jinping. We turn up to his bedroom. We knock on the door politely. We say, "Hello, Xi. This is Jackson and Henry from the Waste Management Podcast." He opens the door,
Right, and he
big
goes,
smile on his face.
What? And we go, we have a gift for you.
And we hand
He
him.
doesn't even ask who we are because we have a gift.
We,
And we give it to him in a big box it's a big red box with a bright yellow bow on it. It looks like the Fortnite Christmas present.
Yeah.
And we give it to him and he opens it and it's the same giant Pikachu Squishmallow that I have.
Yes.
It
looks like a
and
goddamn
he's like a
potato.
little he's got a big old smile. He's like a little bit sleepy. So he's a little tired. He's cute. And G opens this box and he goes, "Wow. Changed my life. I don't even like manual labor, and I never have."
And we say, Xi, you know what? Everyone in China could have a smile on their face like that if you
Purchase our subscription package.
if you just turn over the ownership of the labor to the workers. Or however that shit works. I don't know.
If you let
maybe
all of
we're not the
China
best people to do this. I'm
unionize.
not sure, but
We're not the best, but I don't think we're the worst.
we're close to the best for sure.
to the to the best.
To the best.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Duh.
I mean, who's better?
We're like
than
getting
us?
there.
You probably should
Kevin
get some
Durant,
people
maybe.
with like Nobel Peace Prizes, right? That's like what they specialize in.
Yeah, like I think so.
Malala, you know,
She would know what to do.
she would know. She knew what to do. When she was on that damn school bus or whatever, she was like, "I think women should go to
Right.
school." That was her thing, right?
Yeah. And she was right, because women should go to school.
They should go
Everyone
to
should
school
go
and
to
they
school.
should learn about every woman
And
who goes to
guys-
school. They should learn about the Dwayne the Rock Johnson hypothetical.
Okay. And men, they should go to Jupiter so they can get more stupider. Yeah.
That's what happened in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
They went to Jupiter and they got dumb.
Well, they went to Jupiter and Hal murdered those motherfuckers
And that was kind of a stupid thing for him to do.
because he was a robot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like killing people is bad, you know?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. A lot of people
Oh,
actually
shit.
don't know that.
I'm gonna have
Taking the lives
to rethink a lot of stuff.
of an innocent, it's not great. It doesn't look really good, you know?
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. It's not a good look.
Oh, okay.
It's important. People don't like when you kill lots of others.
Really?
I had to think about it too.
That's
It
interesting.
took me way longer than I'd like to admit to figure that one out. I had to go around and I kicked a lot of dogs. Let's say.
I realized that I get so happy when I eat a corn dog, and what if everyone had a corn dog and felt happy?
What if everyone could feel like that? What if everyone had a corn dog and it like just came out of the fryer?
Yeah.
But actually, it's been like 1 or 2 minutes since then, so it's cooled down a little bit. It's just warm enough for you to eat. If you bite in, it's got just the right amount of crunch on the outside, and I don't mean not like, but like the
Not like
shell,
rock candy.
The batter. The outside's got just enough crispiness to it, and then the inside's just got that little warm fluff, and then you got the dog. Oh my god, dude, it's perfect.
Dog, I kicked those.
And I think if everyone had one of those,
if
the
everyone
world would be
had
a better
one,
place. Even vegans. even vegans, they would be like,
Right.
fine, I'll try it just this once. And they'd be like, wow.
I'm a vegan, I tell
So
you this.
think about that one.
I switched to veganism.
No, you're not.
What the fuck do you mean? No, I'm not.
You're not a vegan.
What? No, I am.
I don't believe you.
Why not? I'm telling. This is again. I'm opening up because this is my space to open up, and you're just shutting me down.
I'm shutting you down because you're not telling me the truth, and I know it.
What do you mean I'm not telling the truth? You can't just trust me. I'm your best fucking friend in the whole world. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that is
I've
true.
recently changed to be a vegan.
Okay. Would you like to tell me why you changed to be a vegan?
Because animal rights are important.
I agree. But you could be a vegetarian.
But I think
Instead.
it's better in
You think
the
any
long
animal
term
product, sure.
all animal products, we abuse the animals. It's bad, right?
Like bees, yeah.
I think dead ass. I genuinely believe this. In the future, we will look back on sort of the way we like treat animals now with like all this like industrial farming and shit. One, like environmentally, it's bad. Obviously, we know that because the cows fart and it's bad. But also, it's just like cruel to the animals in general because they're like living beings that feel and like have relationships and stuff. Like chickens can
Yeah.
have friends, and like this is well documented, and we know this. And pigs are gay sometimes, right? I think we're gonna look
Wait,
back
okay,
at
we
this.
gotta save them. It's June.
It is Pride Month. I think we're gonna look back at this in like 200 years, and people are gonna think we were like horrible, awful. People are gonna look at it like we look at slavery now. I think.
I can
Like
see
it's
that
just
happening.
so abhorrent, and like how could we ever have done this in any way?
It's just like maximum efficiency farming for food, and
Yeah.
it's not in a way that's like good for the environment.
Yeah. Which is why
Like if it was fine and it was like, oh, we're just like doing it for food and like we just need to, but also
Yeah.
the offset of like, the materials that we are putting back into the atmosphere just makes it so much worse.
absolutely. Which is why I've decided to go vegan.
Okay.
It's just sometimes I eat meat if it's like, there.
It's
But
just a lot.
I'm vegan.
Okay.
I'm vegan except for meat.
So it's like kind of an odd thing to do. Just like an interesting diet.
If I
Like, so you
see
don't-
meat, I'm gonna eat it. But low-key, I'm a vegan though.
So, but like you just don't eat animal products otherwise. So like there's no
No,
milk.
I had milk in
no
my cereal
honey.
this morning.
Okay. So no eggs.
Well, I can't buy eggs right now. It's just expensive.
They're so expensive. When I was, you
So
wanna know what?
right now,
Here's
I'm
the thing.
boycotting eggs, to be honest.
I was at the grocery store and this made me sad. How about
Yeah.
that? You're going to love to hear about this one. I
Okay.
looked at eggs, dude. None left. Not one.
Last time
Not
we
one
talked, you
left.
said there were like 2 cartons left, but now you're saying there's none
I
left.
know. Now there's none.
Actually, I'm not joking. I might know the reason for this. Just before we started this podcast, like 30 minutes before, I was scrolling through the news as I do. I saw
As one does.
a Washington Post article that was uploaded like an hour before we started the podcast. And I read through it, and it's about this company who makes eggs, and they put the eggs on a truck to be loaded, to be given to grocery stores and stuff like that. And the truck had 280,000 eggs in it, and the truck was stolen. Someone stole all the eggs.
Dude, that person.
And then they sold them probably on the black market for hella moolah,
The
bro.
egg market.
You think it's funny, but the price of eggs has skyrocketed. There's more.
Oh, it's crazy.
Demand
I
than
went to
ever,
try
you know?
and buy eggs, and it was like $12. I was like, $1 per egg, dude. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy those.
Eggs used to be like
It's
$3, man. It's crazy.
yep.
But they
Pretty cool.
in the Washington Post article, they talked to a grocery store that they had suspected were buying the black market eggs, and they talked to like the head guy or whatever. Or I might be misrepresenting this story slightly because the details are fuzzy and I read it really fast. But they were talking to the guy who owns a grocery store, and they were like, "Would you buy eggs from the did you buy eggs from the black market? And he was like, no one from the black market has approached me about it, but I would certainly consider. Which is like
I would think about it if they were there.
yeah.
need the
It's like
supply.
TMZ going up to you and asking if you slept (parentheses no sex) with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you were like, no, he hasn't approached me about it, but I would certainly consider.
Well, like, so I think that's different because I haven't actually slept with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I would just do it if the opportunity was presented to me.
Sure.
Sorry, I haven't slept with (parentheses no sex) close parentheses with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
But you would consider the opportunity if
I would totally do it
if someone
it
from
was
the black
presented to
market
me.
approached you.
Right, and they were like, "Would you sleep with Dwayne The Rock Johnson?"
If would you sleep
For free, by the way.
(parentheses no sex) by the way
No sex.
with Dwayne
Right.
The Rock Johnson? He is a California king, by the way.
That rocks.
It's an
That's a
important
big
detail.
band.
Well, he's a big man.
It is an important detail. He's a big guy. Yeah,
He's a big guy.
I get to be Little Spoon, dude. I'm so excited. About
But
this.
anyway, there's apparently been like an uptick in like egg theft, like actually.
I would believe that.
I didn't realize this. Truckers have like hard lives. It's like it sounds so
Yes.
obvious to say, but I knew this, right? In like
You just weren't consciously considering.
I wasn't
it all the
consciously
time.
aware of all of the parameters that were at play, right?
Right.
I didn't realize like fucking, there's all those like truck checkpoints that you have to like stop off at, and you have to like weigh the truck to make sure that the cargo is still there so it wasn't stolen, that sort of thing. And then it's like there's all these rules and regulations like that around like stopping the theft of this stuff because it's so easy. And truckers are often like, it's like contract work. Like fucking Walmart will go to you, Robert, and you're like, and they're like, Robert, do you have a truck? Do you want to take our cabbages places?
Right. Please.
And please, for money. And the guy goes, okay, I'll leave my family for 2 weeks so I can drive to California or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
They keep the world go round.
Yeah.
Just like the wheels on the bus.
We need truckers.
Except it's 18 wheels on a truck.
On a truck. They should make a song about that. The 18 wheels on the truck go. It's too many syllables.
The 18 wheels on
They've
the
gotta
truck
trim it
go
down.
round and round. Well, we can just adjust the rhyme scheme. The 18 wheels on the
wheels.
truck go fuck, something like that.
The wheels on the truck go fuck.
Because truckers, they swear a lot. The wheels on the truck
They do,
go
yeah.
fuck all
Shit,
night
shit,
long.
Shit. Fuck.
I don't remember
Wheels
how
on
the
the
rest.
truck
I
go
guess it
fuck,
just
fuck,
does
fuck.
that over and over again, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
The cigarettes in the
All
mouth
through
of
the
the truck
town.
driver go puff.
Puff.
The dog in the passenger seat goes woof.
Wuff does rhyme with puff. That
There's
was
a
good. That was good
fire
rhyme.
song in here, man.
Yeah, man, that was a good rhyme scheme.
Bro, fuck into
It was not bad.
Fuck into puff into
puff,
woof
into woof. Not bad.
into Hillary Duff, you know?
It's definitely better than orange and door hinge.
It's definitely better than that
Orange,
shit MF
door
Doom been rapping
hinge.
about, bro.
Yeah, but he's got a cool mask.
1 for the money, 2 for the better green, 3 for methylene dioxymethamphetamine. Think about that. What'd we learn today?
Damn. I learned that word I've never heard before. I'm not going to repeat it, but I do remember it.
Yeah.
I learned that so many eggs were stolen, and that's why I don't get any.
There's a lot of eggs.
And
yeah.
that's okay.
We learned that happiness
learned-
is difficult to achieve.
I learned that pigs can be gay, so that's cool.
Yeah. We learned about I learned about contacts and how they work.
Yeah, we learned a lot today. There was a lot of information.
Today
that
was a
we-
big information day, yeah.
Yeah.
I dubbed this the most important holiday, Information Day.
Today's Juneteenth. Well, I guess we're recording on Juneteenth. I guess if you're watching this episode, today can be Information Day.
We're taking over Juneteenth and the day that this comes out. It's 2 holidays back to back.
Okay. Us, 2 white guys, we're taking over Juneteenth.
Us 2 white guys were taking back what's rightfully ours. That's what we learned today.
Get a job. We're never gonna get jobs ever.
Thanks
Goodbye.
for watching.